Testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, testing. Good afternoon and welcome to Steele Hall Arena, where the Blue Devils are set to take on the Paul Smith Bobcats. I'm your host Tobias Bell, joined on color by Jeff Jazarowski to bring you this UNYCHL matchup from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. Digital media solutions from 412 Communications to help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. Today the Bobcats come in all the way from Lower St. Rains Lake in the Adirondack Mountains, which is about 373 miles from here, or a 6-hour drive. And they come in for their second of 3 games this weekend. Last night they took down Niagara University in what was a 3-0 shutout win, led by goaltender Kevin Zamazal, who gets a well-earned rest day today, and he'll watch Ethan Stefaniak start his second career collegiate game. The Bobcats are currently the leaders of UNYCHL's Eastern Division, largely in part because of their incredibly high-powered offense, currently averaging over 6 goals a game, and a large part of that comes from their top line of Cannell, Stufer, and Palmer, as they are the team's top 3 point getters, and nobody has more than Attila Cannell, who already this season in just 13 games has 36 points, which is 8th in all of AAU, after he finished last year sitting at 4th as only a freshman. Currently in his sophomore season he sits at 97 points, so in just his sophomore year he's going to hit the 100 mark. He could end up having a 200-point career, so Blue Devils are going to have to be aware when he's on the ice, as well as the rest of that line, as they are a threat every time they step over the boards. For the Blue Devils, they are coming in looking to build on last week's 4-1 win over Geneseo, where Adam Polito took the reins, scoring a hat trick, which snapped a 5-game losing streak for Fredonia. Fredonia currently sits 2 points outside of the third and final playoff spot in the UNYCHL's Western Division, currently held by the University of Rochester. Certainly it was a rough few weeks for Fredonia. They lost their game a little bit, took a few losses in a row, but hopefully last week got them back on track, and just in time, as their playoff hopes still remain very much alive, and a win right here against a very strong opponent would go a long way in making those hopes become a reality. Starting in net for Fredonia is going to be Ethan Hayden for the 8th time this season, as he has a very impressive .925 save percentage, and he comes in looking for his 4th win on the year. Jeff, what do you think we're going to see today?
I think it's going to be a battle of speed versus strength.
Yeah.
Coming in today, the Bobcats are a sturdier team built to play that physical brand of hockey, and Fredonia is a little bit known to be that speed type of hockey, go around the defender. So that's the matchup I think we should key in on. Fredonia's speed versus the physicality of the Bobcats here.
Yeah, it'll certainly be interesting, and if it does play out the way you're thinking, the speed can almost play into the physicality, as obviously if the player's moving faster, he can get hit a lot harder. Opening puck drop here, won by Fredonia, however chased down quickly by Cannell. Cannell rims it far around, picked up on the wall for a battle in the corner. Stufer can't keep it. Schlifke gets it from him, gives it over to Kernan, and he sends a breakout pass to McGrath. McGrath over the blue line now, has his pocket picked. Ogden takes it from him. Battle on the wall. Deep into the zone. Toscano almost comes out with it. Goes back to Schlifke. He sends it in front, and it ends up in the far corner. Toscano with it now. Dips it behind the net. Sent out in front. No one there, though, and Ogden starts the breakout. Cannell makes a good move and heads up ice. Over the blue line come the Bobcats. Cannell can't get around defenseman Kernan. Puck goes out to the slot. Slap shot by Palmer. Saved by Hayden. Cannell retrieves the puck. He gets it over to Palmer. Palmer backhands one over the net, and Kernan retrieves it in the corner, and he'll elect just to ice it. Maybe on net. Nope, it'll go to the right of Stefaniak, and the play will go right back down to the other end for a face-off exactly 1 minute into this game.
That was a very good shift by the Bobcats top line there. Attila Cannell being a hunter of the puck. Any slight chance that the Fredonia defenseman left for him, he took advantage of.
Face-off won by the Bobcats. Shot sent on, tip towards Hayden, but he finds a way to keep it out, and Kernan retrieves and starts the breakout. Puck dumped in deep behind the net now. Backhanded. Fredonia maintains possession for only a moment. Bobcats get it back, and a hand pass is ruled. So that was honestly a pretty dangerous chance for the Bobcats, as that puck bounced around near Hayden, but whether it missed the net or whether he got a little piece of it, he finds a way, and our score remains 0-0 early on.
Yeah, very dangerous shot from the point there. That seemed to find its way through somehow through all the bodies there.
Face-off tied up. Both teams still fighting for it. Fredonia comes out with it. And now here comes Ventura over the blue line. He rips a shot, blockered away. Backhand can't clear it. And Cote does clear the puck as the Bobcats start their breakout and break into the zone. Here comes Schaefer on the left side. Schaefer sends one in on Hayden. He gets that one under his blocker and holds on for the whistle.
Very good job so far early on by Hayden here, making sure his team's defense is nice and set up. He's going to freeze that puck as many times as possible to slow down this Bobcat offense.
Ukda lines up for the faceoff. He wins it over to his wing, but a quick shot is held on to by Hayden. Being tested early, he's been told to the task, so Hayden's going to line up for yet another faceoff to his blocker side. We'll see if Jaros can win this one. Won again by the Bobcats. Another shot. This one looks like it's in between his pad and the side of the net. No, maybe under his pad. Regardless, not in the net, covered up. And once again, for the third time, we're going to redo it. Fredonia will change things up first, as we'll see who they have lined up for the draw after the shift of lines. It's going to be Hayden Burrows once again against Ukda. Burrows wins that faceoff back to Hare. He backhands it up. Fredonia just getting it over the blue line. Lyons tries to move it forward. Play goes back and forth until Lyons retrieves and gives it over to Mulville. Mulville sends one deep. The tip is missed. However, it is chased down by Lyons, so icing's waived regardless. Play moved forward by Hansen. Bobcats start and complete the breakout as they get into the offensive zone. Now Ukda rears back, takes a high glove shot, and Ethan Hayden snags that one. First real test of the game for Hayden, and he stood tall.
Yeah, I don't want to crown that the save of the game already because of how early we are in, but that was a fantastic save, reaching up, snagging that puck off the shot, and catching it cleanly.
It was a great save, but based on what we know about this Bobcats offense, I'm sure it won't be the last of their high-danger chances as Kernan sends a centering pass. Good move made, allows Toscano to break out of the zone, and McGrath has it on the wall deep into the Bobcats' territory. Toscano around the net. He goes for Michigan, but he can't get it up on his stick, so he'll curl back. McGrath now behind, tries to flip one in front. That play's blocked. Now Minikazi. He starts a breakout. Fredonia's going to retrieve puck in their own zone. Kernan cuts towards the wall and banks one past pressure, and now it's sent deep into the zone. Stefaniak plays it behind his net. He'll just leave it for Davis to pick up. He'll look up ice, sends a good saucer pass, leading Thorne, who can't hold on to it. So Fredonia turns the play around. On the wall now, Ventura sends it in deep to the far corner. Davis is going to retrieve that puck. Takes it around his own net. His breakout pass is blocked and ties up in the corner. It's a 2-on-2 battle for possession. In the corner for the Bobcats. Both teams trying to get the puck. The Bobcats too. And their defenseman Smith will start the breakout. Smith. His pass is picked off, sent towards the far wall, and in deep to the Bobcats zone where Polito's going to chase after it. Good hit by Polito, gets Fredonia's possession. Sent up to the point now. Doesn't get there as Thorne picks it off, and he sends it in deep. Kernan's going to retrieve in his own net now. He's cut off trying to take it around his own net. Sent up to the point. Ogden walking in, takes a shot, patted away by Hayden. Jaros along the wall, banks one up just out of the zone. Retrieves his own bank. However, can't keep going with it. And a good play by Stufer gets past one, not two. And Fredonia gets it in deep again. Plenty of time for the Bobcats as Fredonia has shifted lines. Stufer dumps it in deep. And a whistle was blown. The other referee waved off icing. So we'll see what happens there. I think it's going to be at center ice. And head coach for Fredonia, Aaron Alpern, is not happy about that.
Yeah, Nickel City's own Aaron Alp are not too happy with the call there being made on the ice. Now they're at least talking about it, and they did bring it out to center ice.
Yeah, so the icing was waved off as the ref seemed to try to wave it off after the whistle was blown. Of course, no matter what, right or wrong, once the whistle's blown, the play is over. So we'll have a center ice face-off here. Bobcats win it. Ogden in his own zone sends a pass towards the boards where Stufer meets it and chips it forward. Palmer will attack with Cannell. Palmer chasing after Pafk. He reverses it up to Burrows. Burrows, good patience, gets it to Lyons, and Fredonia starts to move up ice. Sent in deep by Clendenning. Lyons is going to chase after Jannerone. Jannerone backhands one to his D partner. Now battling behind the net is Ogden and Burrows. In there to help, sending one on net from behind the net was Clendenning. And the Bobcats come away with possession, and Stouffer sends a long-distance shot into the far corner. Palmer's going to retrieve that on the wall. Shot is tipped towards the net and wide. Now Fredonia throws the puck out of the zone. It's going to be picked up by Jannerone in his own zone. He'll send a pass up for Palmer. Cannell tries to tip it forward to the net, but they can't regain possession. Fanned on by the Fredonia defense, and almost a very dangerous, productive chance for the Bobcats, but it's thwarted, and now a 4-on-2 for Fredonia. Toscano working up the right side. He goes behind the net. Reverses it into the corner. Far side pass on up to Hare on the point. He chips it to the center ice. Toscano tries to get it going forward for Lucas Williams, but it never gets there. Bobcats send it in deep. Hayden can't stop the puck behind his own net, but it works out as picked up on the wing by McGrath, carried over the red line and sent in deep. Played over by Jankia and sent in deep. Not too deep though, and a huge hit on the blue line as the Bobcats get going. That hit sent by Kime. Cote sends a tap pass to center ice, and we'll see if the Bobcats can use some of this momentum. Kernan behind the net. That play goes out front. Nobody there, though, and the Bobcats will have to retrieve on the wall. That's Cote battling for it with Jaros. Play goes to the point, but out of the zone is Kime, so they'll have to send it in deep and allow Fredonia to retrieve and break out. Behind his own net is Kernan. Kernan working up the left side wall. Sends a pass forward, but never seeing it was Polito. Now a broken play ends up on the stick of Ventura, who takes a shot as he was falling. No tripping call from the referee. A little questionable there, but nonetheless, Ventura gets the puck in the corner. Ventura sending it out in front. Nothing happening there. Good stick lift, but it only works for a moment as here comes Julian Schaefer on the far side. Julian Schaefer and Ethan Hayden as the glove working today, as for the second time we've seen him flash the leather.
He definitely does have the glove working today. Hey, one thing I've noticed early so far in this game is the neutral zone of play of the Bobcats. They are really loading up the neutral zone, making all these stress passes hard for Fredonia to hit, and then causing turnovers.
Fredonia gets the puck out of their own zone. Almost a 2-on-1, but a good step up after a poor pass picked off there by Hansen. Sends a far pad shot saved by Hayden. Engel looks for the rebound. He fans on that, and Fredonia will get another chance at a breakout, but once again, they can't hold on to it. Over the head of Schlifke, causes a 2-on-1. Here comes Ukta. Ukta, and he's poked away by a great defensive play from Clendenning. On the far side now, Janis sends it to the point. Back down to Janis in the corner. He takes a shot, never makes it to the net. Back up to the point and sent over to Engel. He'll send it around the glass. That hits a stanchion and ends up behind the net. Now coming right in front, right at the feet of Hayden, and sent back into the corner. Kernan behind the net. Sends a bank pass off the glass. That one goes to neutral zone. The Bobcats defenseman pass it around, and Davis brings it in himself, takes it over, shoots, and maybe Hayden's easiest glove save of the game as he makes that one routine, and he looks locked in so far, 8 minutes into this one, as we remind you that this game is brought to you by 412 Communications, the new gold standard for digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers consultation for web and graphic design, social media, writing services, multimedia solutions, and more. Visit 412communications.com to learn more. Fredonia sends the puck in deep. That's going to be on net, so no icing as Stefaniak plays it to his wing for Stouffer. He sends it far side. Puck goes off a skate, though, so Williams retrieves, takes a shot. Saved, but a big rebound let out by Stefaniak. Luckily, the Bobcats were there for it as a big hit thrown there by McGrath. Let's see if that can get Fredonia going a little bit. Bobcats have a good breakout as here comes Cannell. Cannell, backdoor pass, big save by Hayden on Palmer. A great backdoor feed and a good shot by Palmer is turned away by Hayden, who's having a strong first period. Toscano gets absolutely leveled and he stays down for a moment, his helmet coming off. Ref arm goes right up. Looks like he got hit by two players at the same time there. And he's up on his feet, crouching over. Hopefully he's all right. As Fredonia's going to go to the power play. That was a massive hit. And we'll see what the refs have to say about that.
Yeah, I feel like they might be discussing a major penalty here because the hit was a little high going up into the head and a very dangerous area on the ice as well.
With the two players going in, it was really hard to tell exactly what happened, but Toscano was certainly lower than the players he was being hit, so I could absolutely see this being ruled head contact. Just hard to tell from here whether it was or not, really. As we remind you, this game is brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty.com. 716-856-2872. That's 716-856-2872.
Ooh, it looks like a player is being ushered off the ice here, so it might be a match penalty.
And that is absolutely massive because that player is Captain Colin Palmer, 26 points in 14 games this season. We talked about him in the pregame as he is one of the three on that dominant top line. And for the rest of the game, the Bobcats are going to be without him, and they're going to have a 5-minute penalty to kill.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough kill, losing your captain, a team leader, and I know a penalty kill player from our time watching him last year here at the Paul Smith College Burning Leaves tournament, and he was like a big influential player on the penalty kill. It might hurt him here.
So we'll see how the Bobcats respond to losing their captain, one of their best players, but they're going to have to do it on the penalty kill for the next 5 minutes as they do get a clear to start it. Fredonia looks to start forwards towards the offensive zone. Schlifke rims it around the net. Jaros meets it there. Cote's right with him. Battling to keep it in are the Blue Devils. However, coming away with it are the Bobcats. They send it around towards the point, and a good stick there by Stufer gets it to go forward. However, it does hit a glove and go out of play, so it's going to be a face-off in deep for the Fredonia Blue Devils.
Yeah, so far so good on this penalty kill, getting the puck out, keeping it to the outsides mostly. A good first 30 seconds on the kill.
Face-off to the blocker side of Stefaniak is won by the Blue Devils. Sent to the wall there. Polito sends it up to the point. Schlifke takes a shot in deep. Big play right in front. Got a centering shot, but it ends up being turned away by Stefaniak with his first big save of the game. The play came from the corner out to the slot, and a one-timer was turned away. Deep in his own zone now. Behind his net is Schlifke. He leaves Kernan to pick up. Kernan stays on the wall. Gets past one guy. Now goes through the legs. Fantastic move to keep possession. And now he has in the corner. Centering pass. Nothing happening, and it's cleared by Marshall Kitely. Back in his own end to retrieve it is Paf. He's chased down by Minikazi. Sends a pass up to the blue line to McGrath. He shifts it over to Polito, and Polito will skate it in. Polito on the wall now, slowing down, looking for options. Elects to send it down low where Kernan gets it. Rather McGrath. McGrath retrieves another pass. Sends it up high. Williams catches on the wrong side of the blue line, so Fredonia retreats. Trying to send it in deep, but maybe it worked out better as Ventura has it now at the top of the circle. Gets it back in the same spot and curls. Now over to Williams on the far side. Williams takes a shot. That one hits the boards behind the net. Paf over to McGrath behind the net. Sends a shot out to the circle, but it banned on the shot, and it ends up getting cleared. First 2 minutes of this power play gone for Fredonia. 3 minutes remain as it was a 5-minute major ruled on Colin Palmer. And Fredonia's breakout begins as Ventura takes it over his own blue line, now the red. Entering the zone with the puck is Ventura. He sends it back up to the point where McGrath has it. McGrath shifts it back a little further. Williams, he sends it over. Now gets it back at the top. Williams takes a shot, and that one ends up in the corner. Pafk circling the net, gives it over to McGrath. McGrath chips it back to him, but it gets by him. Janarone picks that one up, and a great job by this Bobcats penalty kill as they get yet another clear, and they've spent just as much of this penalty kill in the other side of the ice waiting for Fredonia to retrieve clears as they have in their own zone. Entering with it now is Kernan. Puck's batted away, but he's still hunting it down, and he sends it up to the point after retrieval. Polito walking the blue line, dips it over back to Schlifke and retrieves back. from the point. His shot is met by the stick of Sean Wright and sent into the netting for a whistle with 8:42 remaining. 2:06 left on this Fredonia power play. And Jeff, what a job by this penalty kill so far.
Exactly. They're getting everything out on the first opportunity, keeping sticks in lanes to deflect pucks up and over her, keeping everything to the outside as well.
And potentially a break for Bobcats here as here comes Cote. Kernan is back. Clendenning chasing him down. Clendenning gets the puck from him, so Kernan will move forward, drops it for Clendenning now. Clendenning falls going over the red line, but he is able to move it forward to Polito. Polito takes a hit himself, but he's right on Cote. Battle in the corner now. Both teams fighting for possession. Fredonia with 3 in there. Bobcats with 2, and it comes out to the point where Kernan has it now. He circles away from danger and dips it to Polito. He takes a shot off the pad of Stefaniak. Rebound, and now a blocker save and a good sequence for Stefaniak to keep this game tied. Puck goes to the point now. Kernan with it. C on his jersey. He walks the blue line. Now starts walking in. Wines fires. Stick save. Rebound stays in front. It itches by the net. And the ref blew the whistle just before the puck went in. No goal. He's ruling a hand pass. I believe that was Ventura who put it into the net, but the whistle had blown, and that is most certainly going to be ruled no goal. Faceoff will come outside the zone, and a disappointing break for Fredonia, but it was ruled a hand pass by the referee.
Yeah, he called it quickly and emphatically. He knew it immediately and made the right call there.
So a really tough break for Fredonia, as with only 1:10 left on this major power play, they almost had their first goal of the game, but nonetheless, 0-0 remains as Bobcats get a big clear that Hayden will have to stop behind his own net. Pressuring is Kitely. Kernan will start to move out of the zone. On the left side, he walks into the Bobcats zone. And a penalty has been called. That's going to be unsportsmanlike. I guess somebody said too many things. Someone said something they didn't want. And now the ref is refusing to give Aaron Alpern an explanation. So he just called a penalty on him. Now he won't talk to him. Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, very confusing situation here. I don't know what was said out on the ice, but the fact that the referees just straight refusing, and Fredonia still has to send someone to the box here as well.
No one's entered the box for Fredonia. I just can't believe that after calling a bench minor, he won't even give an explanation and tells me there was nothing there. But regardless, it's going to be 53 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, followed by a 1:07 chance on the power play for Paul Smith's College. Face off deep into Fredonia territory. And working there was Sean Wright, but he was unable to get a shot off as the puck stayed right by his stick off the face-off for a while. As he finds it again and he tries to bat it into the zone. Polito prevents that for a second. Wright takes it over the blue line, but already over was Schaefer. So that will be an offside. 7:13 remaining here in our opening frame, as we remind you that this broadcast is brought to you by Militello Realty. Militello Realty is Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property. Trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. Kalpin gives it up to Polito as he takes it into the zone. Walking into the circle, he takes a shot, never makes it to the net. His rebound does, and it hits the pad of Stefaniak, and the Bobcats regain possession. Now Keim sends it in deep. Hayden will retrieve that behind his own net, and he'll elect to rim it around the glass. A good rim. However, it ends up on the stick, and that could have been dangerous as the Bobcats get a shot, but it ends up in the far corner. Working out of the zone are Fredonia, but Keim sends it right back in. And as it was a delayed offsides, Fredonia's going to have plenty of time in the world, which Kalpin will use to try to send a stretch pass to Ventura, or rather ice it as the penalty had ended. So actually a really good play by Kalpin. I was wondering what he was doing there, and he was ahead of me as he saw the penalty had expired and cleared it, like Ventura will do right here. So a good start to this minute-long penalty kill for the Blue Devils. Behind his own net, looking to get the breakout started now is Cannell. He sends it far side for Stufer. and he'll send a stretch pass for Cannell, so they're using each other to work up ice, but good skates by Ventura block a pass, and it's sent around the net. In their own zone now. Here come the Bobcats. Stepping over his own blue line is Sovey. Sovey walks into the corner now, cuts back, looks to the point, doesn't go there. Now he does after working pressure towards it, and that's going to allow Ventura to clear the puck. Sovey had that point wide open. Instead of just giving it to his man, which was Ogden, he decided to work up towards him and then give it, which allowed Ventura to cover two guys at once, and he used that to get a clear. Penalty expires. 5-on-5 hockey begins. Burrows ties up Ogden in the corner. He pulls away with possession, though, and dips it over back to Sovey. Sovey in his own corner. He'll flip it off the glass and out of the zone. Puck evades Ukta, so now it's turned around, and Kernan has it at his own, or at the red line, rather. He'll peel it into his own zone. Good swift pass on up to Lyons. He's poked off the puck, though, and here comes Ukta. Omar Ukta, and he's stripped as well. Good play by the Fredonia defense, specifically Kernan, and now it's going to be a hooking call as they tried to retrieve the puck back from Kernan. And a little action there between Cannell and Burrows. Nothing happening there, but it's going to be a hooking on Omar Ukta, the product of the Florida Junior Blades. And Fredonia heads back to the power play after you could debate they did connect on that first power play, but the goal was ruled nothing, so in the eyes of the ref, an 0-for-1 power play, and it was a major, so they had 5 minutes.
I don't really like that penalty there from Ukta. Kind of like a laziness. Got the puck taken off his stick and then decided to hook the guy instead of skating back and trying to defend as a team.
Schlifke's shot is bounced around and ends up in the corner. Polito is absolutely destroyed there by Hansen, but the play goes in front of the net, and he looks to get some revenge, but he can as the save is made by Stefaniak, and things are starting to heat up a little here in Dunkirk. Schlifke pulls that one off the wall. He works to the center of the ice, sends a shot in for a tip, but it ends up under Stefaniak, and now we have some action in front of the net as multiple players from each teams are shoved onto the ice. Janarone and Polito both ended up on their backs, and it looks like the refs are going to take one from each. Some fireworks here late into the first period.
Yeah, I think Polito got his comeuppance back because I believe that was who hit him in the core, and took note of it, saw his teammate getting bullied around, took some liberty.
Well, it appears they will take one from each, so it's going to be 5-on-4 anyway. So canceling out penalties don't make an impact to our game. 5-on-4 remains for Fredonia, with 1:31 remaining on that, 4:23 in the whole period. Face-off's going to be to the blocker side of Ethan Stefaniak. Won by Fredonia. Schlifke works to the center. Now he gives it over to Clendenning, who takes a rip, but a good block there by Sauvé sends that into the netting, and that is a very important block. As we know, Colton Clendenning has a very, very dangerous wrister, and he was taking that from a prime spot as well. Face-off won by Ventura of the Blue Devils, sent to the wall. Now over to Schlifke. He takes a step in, tries to send a backdoor pass, but it never gets there. Ventura and Cannell fight for it. Schlifke now has it, and he sends it over to his partner, Kernan. Takes a shot from distance, looking for a tip. Doesn't get one, but does get possession back. Kernan now working in. Goes into the corner, looking for something out front. Sends one in front. Now it ends up under Stefaniak after a bouncing puck, and we have some more action in front of the net as Ventura ends up on his stomach, and I don't think he's going to get anything there. It looks like he was looking for a call a little bit.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of embellishment there, selling himself going down a little easy. But if you ain't trying, you're not having fun out there. Or if you can earn your team another power play or a 5-on-3, go for it.
And he definitely did take a couple shots in front of the net there. So there certainly wasn't nothing there, but I don't think anything call-worthy as the play goes on the wall now. Fredonia's hit out of possession, but they do retrieve. Toscano working low with McGrath. McGrath sends it around to defenseman Paff. He takes a hit doing so. Paff sends it down low to Burrows in the corner. Burrows pressured by Davis. They both fight with each other trying to get possession. And Davis is the victor of that battle as he sends it forward to Cote, and he clears it. Fredonia now looking for one last chance on this power play that's winding down. Burrows is going to take it over the blue line on the left side. Burrows trying to stick handle out of danger. He does. Working into the circle now. Shot! Stopped by Stefaniak. Rebound goes into the corner and cleared by his defenseman. And with less than 10 seconds remaining on this power play, that should just about do it. Williams sends a stretch pass. That one's tipped deep into the zone. It's going to be retrieved by Keim. Keim rims it hard around, but it's stopped at the blue line by Fredonia and kept into the zone. McGrath sends us 5-hole shot sticked away. Now Keim starts the breakout for the Bobcats and works up ice himself. Sends one on goal. Hayden sets that one to the corner. Puck goes around the net, and the Bobcats begin to work. Keim takes a shot. Good block there. And after blocking the shot, it's going to be Ventura working into the zone. Ventura sends a drop pass to Clendenning. He gets into one, but he sends it wide. Waiting for it on the point there was Kernan. He sends it in deep. Play goes down low. Battle in the corner for it. Coming out with it is Trappist. But it goes back down low into the Bobcat zone. Now Sovey sends it into the far corner for Trappist, who rims it around the net, and it's going to be met up by Janis. Janis tips it forward. Schlifke retrieves only for a moment, but he puts it through his legs, and Lyons gets it and sends it in deep. Deep into the Bobcat zone. The Bobcats defenseman Sovey sends it around the boards. Trappist waiting for it. He can't make a play, but does work out of danger, and now he does as he takes it over the blue line. Gets it over to Cannell. Cannell working slowly into the zone. Sends a far side pass, but Trappist couldn't meet it. Fredonia looks to turn it the other way now as a 2-on-2, maybe 3-on-2 starts. Lyons can't keep possession as he received that pass, and Engel will clear the zone. Mulville now in his own zone, pressured by two players. He hits the skates of one of them, that being Cannell, who holds on to possession and sends it down low. Stouffer will find the puck there. He sends it in front with nobody waiting for it. Fredonia's clearing attempt doesn't work. Ogden's shot is tipped wide. Bobcats set up in the zone now. Stouffer sends one in, attempting to send one in deep, but it hits the skates of Lyons, and Fredonia comes the other way. Burrows walking in over the blue line. Burrows just takes a shot. That one's blocked, and now the Bobcats have it coming the other way. Good defensive play there by McGrath. Keeps the puck in the neutral zone for now, but Cannell does end up with it. He works through the slot. Far side shot. Good save by Hayden. He worked all the way through the slot and got a far side shot off, but Hayden met the task. Now Cannell behind his own net. He's absolutely decked. And Fredonia works out of danger now and into the offensive zone. Williams tries to cut middle. He keeps possession high. He sends a play in front. Oh, and a good chance for Fredonia, but it never ends up in the back of the net and does end up on the stick of Cannell. Over the blue line now. Both teams work in the neutral zone. Losing the puck with the Bobcats, and that'll give Fredonia one last break as McGrath takes a slap shot, just tipping off the glove of Ethan Stefaniak and out of play, giving Fredonia 3 seconds to work with off the faceoff to try to get a late, heartbreaking goal.
Yeah, let's see what Coach Aaron Alpern has drawn up for 3.3 seconds in an offensive zone here.
Faceoff will come to the glove side of Ethan Stefaniak. Only 3.3 seconds left in this period. And as the ref drops the puck, the Blue Devils do win the draw. Kernan turns, spins, fires. Wright was waiting there for it. And the period ends where we started it. Still a 0-0 game. A little bit of a feeling out process. We did see both teams put up some good chances, and Fredonia even did find the back of the net one time. Of course, that call was waved off. So we'll see if we can find our game's first goal in the second period. You're joining us from the 412 Communications booth here at Fredonia Steele Hall Arena. 0-0 after 1.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Welcome back to Steele Hall Arena as we get set for second period action, which is brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. Visit militello.com for current listings for office, industrial, retail, or investment properties. So after a little bit of a feeling out process throughout the first period, we get set for a second period. And of course, the story to this point of the game is the fact that the second most point getter and captain of the Paul Smith Bobcats, Colin Palmer, has been ejected from this game after a 5-minute boarding. And being on the far side of the ice and the fact that there were two players right in there, it was really, really hard to tell whether he did get him up high. He certainly was above, I think it was Toscano he hit, but I'm not sure whether it should have been the 5 it was. I can't confidently say it shouldn't have been. But regardless of what should have or should not have been, it was called, and therefore Colin Palmer will not be seen for the rest of the game.
Yeah, just a slight complexion change to this game with that hit, but it doesn't change the complexion of the Bobcats' DNA. They are still a physical team, and they will still try to run you out of this building, even though it is not their own. Let's see how Fredonia responds to it.
So Fredonia wins the faceoff, wearing the black jerseys with the white and blue trim. They'll be working right to left this period. That's Schlifke behind his own net, dropping it back to Kernan. Kernan in the corner. He'll send one forward, taken over by Stufer. Only for a moment, though. Fredonia does get the puck back, and it looks like it's Ukta who's going to replace Palmer on that top line with Cannell and Stufer. Working up ice now is Venture on the left side. He sends a far leading pass for Jaros, but it gets to Ogden instead, and he turns the play around. Now working into the zone is the Bobcats. That's the all-dangerous Cannell working in on the right side. He gets a centering pass and taken out of midair on the one-time chance is Hayden. Stufer got a good opportunity in front. He didn't quite get everything he wanted on it, but still needing to be sharp to the task was Hayden, and that he was. So an early start to this second period.
Yeah, Hayden's getting that work early again and took a lot of shots last period. He had stood tall to the task. Let's see if he can continue on with his strong play this period.
Yeah, he has certainly gotten used to facing a lot of shots, as he does most games, but he's, with that .925 and counting save percentage, he's been able to handle it all season. Fredonia works it over their own blue line. Can't keep possession, though, as Cote brings it into the zone as a delayed penalty is called to Fredonia, and I got to think that will be a hooking, as yes, it will be. So just a minute into this first period, Fredonia's going to spend the next 2 on the penalty kill, or so they hope, unless the Bobcats are able to put one past Ethan Hayden. Going to the box, it's going to be Connor McGrath, and Fredonia has some work ahead of him.
That's definitely not the way you want to start this period off with the fresh ice. Allows the Bobcats to start building a little momentum.
That is the way you want to start the kill, though, as Fredonia gets a quick clear off the draw, so Ogden will retrieve it behind Stefaniak and drop it for Sauvé, who's going to start the break out of their zone. Has a little trouble with the puck, retrieves it due to the time he had, and gives it up to Stouffer. Stouffer's lead pass is batted away towards Schlifke, but his clearing attempt hits the back of Ogden. So kept in by the Bobcats. Stretch pass doesn't connect, and not having to dump it, but rather carrying it up the ice is Kernan. Kernan is hit off the puck, and now the Bobcats will come the other way. Stufer takes it over the blue line on the boards. He sends a far side pass for Ukta, walking in, firing off the shoulder of Hayden behind the net. Jaros now, backhand clearing attempt, gets past Cannell, staying within the blue line, though, only for a moment, though, as Jaros followed it up and gives it a tap over. Bobcats enter the zone now, looking for complete control, still battling. Play goes to the far corner. Cannell plays a little catch with Ogden. Ogden tries to work up the wall, now back down low. Towards the net now, he makes a nifty move, but is ended up sticked off the puck. Play goes to the point now. Sauvé sends it down the wall. That's Stufer in the corner. Drops it for Ogden, working out of the corner and sending it to the point. Sauvé rips one from the point. That hits the far pad of Hayden, and it's sent forward for Jaros. Jaros sends a lead pass, but it's too far ahead of Ventura to get the breakaway. He will get possession behind the net. Now coming in front, getting a backhand shot that's saved by Stefaniak. The Bobcats will retrieve from there and take it out of the zone. Wright takes it over the blue. He's poked off the puck, and a clear is made by Mulville. Schaefer sends it around his own net. Hansen's going to meet it on the boards. He'll curl into his corner and give it to Engel. Engel will work up the wall in his own zone. He sends a pass up the wall. Mulville lifts the stick of Trappist, so it goes all the way in. Trappist now sends a shot in from the wall. Hayden was there with the pad. Fredonia sends it out. The Bobcats defensemen will have to retrieve behind their own line, and Engel takes it around his own net. He sends it forward. That puck is cut off by Fredonia, but the Bobcats get it back and send it around their own net. Schaefer bats one over the blue line along the wall. Wright sends it forward. It's going to be picked up deep in Fredonia territory in the corner. Good stick there by Fredonia. Prevents a centering pass, but the Bobcats do keep the puck and cycle around the Fredonia zone. Fredonia pressuring the Bobcats. Haven't been able to get the puck yet, but have kept the play to the wall. However, Thorne is taken down inside the Fredonia zone away from the play, and the ref's arm has gone up. It's going to be an interference call to Fredonia once they touch it, and there it is. It was Mulville getting a stick on it just as Stefaniak got to the bench, and Fredonia, just 4 minutes into this penalty, has their second penalty to kill. An interference call on Eli Mulville.
Yeah, just not the smartest play right there. Clearing out the guy in front that was nowhere near the puck. The puck's down backside wall here off to our right, and just no need to hoe him up in front there.
So we'll see if the Bobcats can make Fredonia pay for yet another penalty. Their third of the game already. Second of the period even. But Fredonia once again starting it off the right way with a clear. Sovey in his own end sends a far side pass for Ogden. Pressured by Ventura, Ogden will have to work it back towards his own net, where he gives it back to Sovey, and Sovey skates it out of the zone. Hill rim it around the net. Hayden's going to try to meet it behind the net, but can't. On the far wall now, battling into the corner, and now getting it back is Cannell. Cannell now takes a few strides towards the net, cuts back, and works up the wall. Looks for options. He sends one back door. Good stick there by Kernan, prevents a play, and Fredonia sends it into the neutral zone. Sovey. Far side pass connects with Cannell. He'll send it around the net. Kernan's going to be met by Ogden at that puck. Kernan's able to send it forward, but Fredonia can't clear. Good block by Williams. Leading with the stick is going to start a rush, and rather a dump for Fredonia as Ventura just clears it and gets a change, as well with Williams. So a reset for the Fredonia offense as the Bobcats break out of the zone. Cannell centers one for Stufer. Stufer makes a move along the wall and enters the zone. Now working around the net. He cuts in front instead, but he's poked off the puck. Arm goes up again, and Fredonia's going to be on the penalty kill again. And play still behind the net. Bobcats in tight to the net. Good foot there by Jaros. Kicking it to Siscano, who's able to touch the puck. And for the next 30 seconds, it's going to be 5-on-3 hockey as Fredonia goes back to the box. This time it is Sam Schlifke.
Yeah, really strong play by the Bobcat player there to take the puck wide and then drive to the net, drawing that penalty. The defender had to take him down in that scenario. Otherwise, a dangerous chance would have happened.
So a trip from Schlifke puts Fredonia down 2 men, and Fredonia's going to have 30 seconds of this to kill before the next minute and a half is 5-on-4. And once again, they've been real good at that, right off of face-offs, getting clears on this penalty kill. Behind his own net now is Engel. And they got to work a little quicker here as their 5-on-3 is running down. Schaefer understands that and works up ice with speed. On the far side, he takes it around the net. Now he works around the circle, drops it to Engel on the wall. Engel starts to cut towards the net. He's poked off the puck by a good stick by Kernan. And what a play by Nate Kernan to clear that puck and end that 30-second 5-on-3 without even a thought of a shot on net. Right now, working through the neutral zone. He'll take it in on the far side. Ventura gets a good stick on him, but he ends up working through it. Centers a pass. Kernan was there waiting for it. Kernan now. He sends a clear, and it won't get all the way down the ice, but it will out of the zone. Ventura is right on Davis, but Davis works through 2. Now third play. He gets it to Trappist. Backdoor pass for Wright, doesn't connect. Now Wright just rips a shot off the side of the net. Kernan's going to find the rebound and send it up over the blue line and all the way into Bobcat territory, and a great job of killing there by the Fredonia Blue Devils. Davis Centers a pass. That one goes all the way down, but beating anybody there is Cannell, so icing's waved off. Working up the wall and sending a far side pass. Good seam found there to get it to Ogden, but his shot sent on is not very hard and handled without much difficulty by Ethan Hayden for the whistle. As we'd like to remind you, today's game is brought to you by Envious Gameware. For high-end hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel, find them at enviousgameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of.
Very good save and cover by Hayden. His defense needed to change bad, and he got them off the ice.
That he did, but now Cannell's working towards the net. He finds Ogden in the far circle. He takes a shot, and again a good save, but the rebound slips out, and Stufer finds it right in front of the net, and it'll be 1-0 Brockport as Fredonia's penalty trouble finally bites them in the back. And Stufer found the puck sitting there and made no mistake about it. It's 1-0.
Real strong shot, caught originally by Hayden, then a slight poke at it from the Bearcat forward, jarred it loose, and then Stufer found the loose change out front and buried it.
So the first strike of the game comes at the hands of Paul Smith, more specifically from Hazen Stufer. And that's that first line we were talking about. Of course, they're missing Palmer, but still dangerous nonetheless. Bobcats finally get back on sides as Fredonia will enter their zone. Schlifke dips it to the side and backdoor. He was there, but he couldn't get it on net. Now behind the net, battle ensues. Coming out in front, bouncing around, and a very fortunate break for Fredonia as goaltender Stefaniak had it lost in his equipment. He ended up on his rear end searching for it. Puck bounced out for Clendenning, and he roofs it over Stefaniak, who was down, and Clendenning ties it immediately following the opening marker by Stufer.
Yeah, back-to-back goals real quick in quick succession. They're very lucky, but very well-placed shot by Glendenning. They're finding the loose puck that just squirmed through the goaltender defense and right to his stick.
A very fortunate sequence of bounces for Fredonia, the opposite for Paul Smith, but regardless, we have a 1-1 game as Fredonia sends it in deep into the zone. In the far corner now, two players meet with each other. It comes out on the stick of Fredonia, and a far pad shot is saved. Rebound goes just wide as taking it around was Polito. Puck comes out to the point now. Paff will send it in low. Ventura will pick that up, send it up to the point. Schaefer battles with Paff, and the play goes down further low. On the wall now, working out of the zone are the Bobcats, and Cote will work it into Fredonia's. Cote centers a pass for Schaefer. He takes a shot. That one's tipped wide. Fredonia now in their own corner. Flips one forward. Now Ventura's going to have a one-on-one opportunity. He works into the top of the slot. His toe drag is missed, and he lifts a stick right out of the hands of Janarone. Now Schaefer walking it in. He sends one around the Fredonia net. Kernan will send that one further forward and back out. Sending deep, a delayed offsides will give Fredonia time to work. Kernan sends a stretch pass, but standing in front and waiting for it was Keim. Sends it in deep off the referee, bouncing right to the stick of Kernan, who curls back into his own corner. Kernan's pass gets picked off by Stufer in the center ice. He takes a shot, and laying out to block it is Kalpin. That's how you put your body on the line for your team. Keeping it in and low are the Bobcats. Stufer works low, giving it over to Ukta. Ukta sends one up high. That shot is taken high and wide of the net from the point. Puck goes all the way out of the zone, showing you the power behind that shot, and Williams is first to it and centers a pass to Toscano. A hesitation move, gets a shot on goal, or near the goal rather, as he just missed. But Fredonia keeps it in the zone only momentarily, as now Cannell will have an opportunity to work towards the net. Cannell makes a toe drag, gets a backhand shot, can't find the net, finds his man right in front of Nukta with a wide open net, sends it just wide, and he's not going to find a goal much easier than that. Kernan now working in deep. He makes a move towards the net. His centering pass doesn't make it. Now a fight in front of the net. Tempers cool off quickly there as a couple extra whacks taken. I don't know if the whistle had blown as Toscano took them, so justifiably, but either way, both teams realize nothing worth fighting over. And Hayden seems to be at the bench. Perhaps a broken stick as he exchanges and heads back to his net. The face-off is going to come to the glove side of Ethan Stefaniak. Never mind, it'll be a timeout. So Ethan's going to turn right back around and head to his bench. Appears McGrath is having a problem as his own as he heads for the locker room, but he had some pep in his step, so I think he's going to be right back. As during this timeout, we'll take this time to let you know that this game is brought to you by 412 Communications, the new gold standard for digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers consultation for web and graphic design, social media, writing services, multimedia solutions, and more. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. McGrath back already with a stick for Hayden, so I guess he was just doing his goaltender a favor, and one that's much deserved, as Hayden has been fantastic to this point, just about halfway through this contest.
Yeah, I think that was a real smart timeout there to make sure your goaltender actually had his preferred stick instead of using the backup stick for the rest of the period. Go to the locker room, get that timeout, get the proper stick for him, make sure he's happy and ready.
Face off. One by Fredonia comes out. Clendening got a good shot from the high slot, but it was turned away by Stefaniak. Now the Bobcats start to bring the play out of the zone. Send a weak shot in on Hayden. He gloves that one easily and will elect for a face-off to his glove side. 9:59 remain here in a 1-1 game, and both goals came within a minute of each other. Both ended up with pucks just sitting there on the crease, and it was Stufer and Clendening who found those pucks and put them into the net, making this the 1-1 game. Bobcats win the face-off, go down low. Hayden steers that one away, but Schaefer retrieves and sends it to his point. That shot goes to the slot. Unable to get anything off, though, were the Bobcats, and they'll just have to send it back in deep where Kalpin will meet the puck. Kalpin sends one past the Bobcats forwards to their defensemen. It's batted in and a tough hop for Hayden, but he handles it, leaving it for Kalpin. Kalpin dishes one to his partner Paff, getting it back over to Kalpin behind his net and sending up to the blue line. Fredonia unable to clear again. Now pinned behind his net is Kalpin. Puck squirts out for right, and a dangerous shot, but it gets caught in the gear of Hayden and held on to with 9:23 left in the period. We'll get another in-zone draw in the Fredonia territory.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's going to beat either one of these goaltenders is another one of those greasy grinder goals. Both of them seem locked in at this point. Just the unfortunate scrums are going to cause another goal here.
Sovey sends a far corner pass that bounces off to where Stufer was skating towards, but he couldn't get one on the net. Now Sovey has it back again at the point. His shot is blocked high. Kaimi ends up with it and sends it down low. Battle in the circle, ends up on the stick of Ukta, who works it around the net. Ukta tries to center a pass, no one was there, and Fredonia breaks out. Ventura on the left side. He'll dump it in and he'll chase after his own puck. Kaimi has it behind his own net. He rims one to his winger. It gets by him, though. Polito tries to work in, can't do it. And Stouffer retrieves in his corner. Shifts one around for Sovey to go after. Sovey drops one back. He'll end up getting it himself and battles behind the net. Fredonia will win that battle. Working in the corner now with it is Jaros. Jaros drops one back to Ventura. He drops one back to Polito, but Polito is beaten by Keim for the puck, who kicks it up to Stouffer, and Stouffer ices it. It's not going to go for icing, though, due to the speed of Cannell, who's going to beat everybody there. He'll curl away from a hit from Kernan, work towards the net. He gets it in tight. Hayden working to keep it out. It's a battle in front, and it ends up in the net. Hayden's got both hands up. He wants goalie interference, and it doesn't look like he's going to get it. 2-1 Bobcats. And that's the all-dangerous Cannell. We told you before the game, watch out for that top line of Hazen Stufer, Attila Cannell, and Colin Palmer. And, of course, they've all been storylines this game, two of them with a goal and one of them being ejected.
I feel like Hayden might have a good case here for the goaltender interfere. And it looked like he had that pretty well covered up, and then Cannell gave a little extra shove with the stick, jarred it loose, and then officially jarred it into the back of the net.
The refs discuss, and as I was assuming, the goal is not changed. So Fredonia does find themselves back down a goal. We'll see if they're able to respond as quickly and efficiently as they did to the last time they gave up a goal. 2-1 hockey game here Just over 8 minutes remain in the second period of this game as Bobcats force a turnover and Thorne works into the zone. On the wall, he sends it low, and he is absolutely railed by Mulville. Bobcats keep possession, though. Far shot is handled by Hayden, and he angrily flips the puck towards the circle, and he's letting the refs know what he thinks about their good goal call.
Yeah, Hayden's definitely still not too happy about that last goal. But I alluded to it earlier. That's the type of goal that's going to go in on either one of these goaltenders, and both teams have to be trying for that greasy goal.
Defenseman Calpin reverses it back to his partner Paf, who centers a pass for Toscano, bounces off his stick and sent deep into the zone again. Calpin's going to curl towards that one and send it off the glass. Still in the Fredonia territory, at least for now. Linesman disagrees. He thinks it came just over the blue line. He'll rule offsides, and we're going to get a face-off just below the broadcast booth. This broadcast booth, of course, is the 412 Communications broadcast booth. Digital media solutions from 412 Communications to help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. Sean Wright lines up for this face-off. He's looking across at Hayden Burrows. Sean Wright tries to send one forward to his winger Cote going into the zone, but it doesn't work out. Now puck squirts out to defenseman Calpin. He sends a pass up to Burrows, and he'll enter the zone. Shot is taken. That one goes wide. Working around the Bobcats net. Fredonia gets a shot. That one also goes wide. And in the corner now, it's sent forward where Paf keeps it in the zone. Now Miller chasing after Smith. Play stays low into the Bobcats territory. Both teams battling back and forth, and finally, the Bobcats get it over the blue line. Schaefer on the wall. He can't keep it for long. Clendenning works out of trouble, sends a far pass for Miller, just out of his reach, and so the Bobcats will turn play around. Now working up with it is Smith. He sends a far side pass and a beauty to Sean Wright. He works into the slot. His shot is tipped wide. Fighting for it, though, is Cote. He ends up with it and sends it up to his point. Now working in and firing, but not getting to the net, was Ogden. Puck ends up bouncing into the glove of Hayden, and he's not holding the puck up for those refs anymore, and I don't blame him. He is still unhappy about that goal being called, especially because, if you remember in the first period, Fredonia did have a goal called off, of course, for a much different reason, that being a hand pass. Face-off won by Fredonia. Kernan works towards the back of his net, sends one up to the wall there where Ventura has it. Gets over the red line, dumps it in. That one will go behind the net. Ogden gets it. Ogden rims one around for Cannell. Ventura's on him, but Cannell makes a good play to exit the zone. And now it's going to be a 2-on-1 if Ukda could bring the race to the puck, which he could not. Schlifke was there. He rims one for Jaros. Sent back deep into the zone, though, by the Bobcats, so Fredonia will retry the breakout, this time more successfully, as Polito dishes one forward for Ventura, who taps it to Kernan. Kernan, he's tripped up in his attempt towards the net, and that will most certainly be a tripping penalty on Dylan Janarone, and Fredonia will have a chance to tie this game up late into the second period.
And now a conversation happening between two players. Looks like they're going to skate off after the late shot that happened because of the late whistle after, or the penalty was called. But a nice play by Kernan to drive wide, and then eventually got around Janarone, who then took him down.
So we've had a whole lot of special teams here in the second period, and we'll see if Fredonia can match the power play tally that the Bobcats put up earlier in this period. Schlifke retrieving in his own zone after the dump-in. He reverses one for Kernan to pick up, and Kernan looks up ice and heads that way. Kernan sends a nice smooth pass up to Schlifke. Schlifke sends it in deep. Keim is going to be met by Clendenning. Clendenning's first touch on the puck. However, Keim gets the last and gives it over to Stufer, who can't clear. Schlifke picking it up near the blue line. He sends it in deep as he walks in. Clendenning near for the rebound in the slot. Puck still loose. Backhanded towards the net, and it flips over the goalie, but just wide. Now shot is taken. That one goes wide to the blocker side. Retrieving it on the wall now is Schlifke, and he works further low. He sends a backdoor pass. That one's kicked wide. And now the Bobcats, another clearing attempt has failed. Kernan starts to work in. Kernan towards the net. He takes a shot, and I think that hit the head of Stefaniak, but whatever it hit, it bounced off and ended up in the netting. And It wasn't necessarily smooth, it wasn't clean, but that's 55 seconds killed for the Bobcats.
Very nice play by Kernan to jump in and get a nice shot off. Don't know what deflected it up and over, but if that was on net, I think that beats the goaltender clean.
Play goes behind the net. Sovey tries to clear. It'll bounce up to Schlifke, and he's done a great job this whole power play of keeping pucks. As he gives one to Clendenning, who starts to work down the circle. He can't keep good possession, though, and Sovey gets the puck from him. And finally, a successful clear for the Bobcats as Hayden has the puck behind his own net. He leaves that one for Kernan to pick up with speed. And here comes Kernan with plenty of room to work with. Skating in himself. He'll move the puck towards the net. Taken off of it, though, by Sovey. His clearing attempt met by Paf. Paf met, however, by, looked like Wright, and Wright sends it all the way down. Kernan again retrieving behind his own net. 20 seconds and counting remaining on this power play. Taking it over the blue line himself. Working on his backhand all too easily towards the front of the net, but he can't get anything on there except himself as he tramples into Stefaniak. Not much he could have done to avoid it as he had defensemen all over him, and the net ends up off its bearings. So a whistle's blown with 10 seconds remaining on this power play, and I imagine it'll be an end zone draw as I think it was the skate of Stefaniak that hit that right post off of its original positioning.
I believe you are right in that judgment. The referee did signify that it was in zone, and Ogda was questioning it immediately because he thought it wasn't.
Great clear there by Hansen as he gets one high, at least 10 or 15 above the ice, and no one's keeping that in the zone. So the power play expires. However, Toscano's still working in. He's met by Engel, that is, and he takes him off the puck, and the Bobcats clear. Pafk in the neutral zone. Sends a pass through the legs of Toscano, and Engel will send a forward pass for Ukta. He rims one for Cannell to get, but Hayden beats him there and rims one around. That one takes a bounce off the stanchion, and that'll help the Fredonia breakout as Toscano takes it over the blue line now. Dropping one for Ventura. He'll send one in low for Toscano. Toscano hit off the puck by Engel. He sends one forward for Stufer. Stufer's original pass is intercepted, but Ukta picks it up. Collision at center ice brings Ukta and McGrath down, but the Bobcats end up with possession in their own zone. 3 minutes to go here in the second. Play goes into Fredonia territory. Hare chased after by Cannell. They battle in the corner, met by some teammates. Play still behind the net. Cannell coming out with it. He's working into the corner. He sends a pass up to the point for Jannerone out of the box. He sends a far shot, and it misses the net wide. Fredonia now. Their breakout is unsuccessful as its first pass is picked up by Trappist. Sent in deep. Mulville will get it behind his own net with time. Cannell curls away, so Mulville will ponder his options. He sends a flubbing puck up the boards. Play goes back the other way, deep into the Fredonia territory, off the high glass and around the net. Hare picking it up behind his own net. His D-to-D pass is picked off. Good read there by the Bobcats. And now the play goes to the point. Shot off the pad of Hayden. Good slap shot from the point from Jannerone. Jannerone sending another one back in low. This one bouncing around the net. Trappist's centering pass sticked away by Hayden. And now a clear-cut trip as Trappist found a stick in his legs and it took him right to the ice. And it's been the story of this power play. It's pretty much where we started. It was on the penalty kill for Fredonia, and that's where we're going to end. This with 1:51. Hayden Burrows heads to the box on a tripping niner.
Yep, just like you said, how we started the period, how we're going to finish the period on the PK for Fredonia.
Fredonia can't get much on that clearing attempt, so the Bobcats keep it in. Cannell works it up to Sovey on the point. He sends a pass down low into the corner for Ukta. Ukta looking over options. Doesn't find a good one as Ventura ends up with his pass and sends it in down low. So Stefaniak will wait for that behind his net. Won't even make it to him, so Sovey's just going to pick it up. And Sovey looks to the wall, gets it to Cannell. Cannell waits. Now he starts to move up ice slowly. Cannell finds Ukta in the center of the ice, but Ukta can't handle that pass. He will retrieve behind the net. And backhand one to the far corner where Ogden has it. Ogden in the corner. He's pinned to the wall. Now a centering shot is picked up cleanly by Kernan, and a break for Fredonia here as here comes Ventura. Cutting one way, now the other. Gets a wrist shot off, and a nice save by Stefaniak. Ref doesn't blow the whistle, so he drops it for Sovey, and Sovey gets it up to Cannell. Cannell over the blue line now, waiting for help. Into the corner, curls back and looks. Cannell gives it up to his point. Sovey sends one down low. That pass is taken away by Kernan. Kernan will just flip it over the stick of Cannell, getting it over the blue line and content to do so. Dump in by the Bobcats. Schlifke's going to be first on that. Send it around the glass. It'll hit a stanchion and end up on the stick of Bobcat Ogden. Ogden shot blockered away by Hayden. Clearing attempt unsuccessful. And play sent back behind the Fredonia net. Cannell tries to spin a pass in front, but he can't get anything on it, and it remains in the corner behind the net. Fredonia trying to eat out the clock now, pinning it to the wall. Play does come out, and a high shoulder save made by Hayden as that shot was taken from the far side of the circle, and it is exactly 4.0 seconds remaining in this second period, 13 on the Hayden Burroughs tripping liner. And in the first period, we saw Fredonia end the period with 3.3 seconds on the clock in an ozone draw. We'll see what the Bobcats do here. Face-off tied up. Far side, a shot came from a bad angle. That shot being taken by Julian Schaefer, but he misses the net. The period ends, and after a scoreless first frame, a little more action in this second as we saw a lot of special teams, and we end it 2-1. Goals coming from Atia Cannell, his 98th point in his college career. Hazen Stufer as well for the Paul Smith Bobcats, and Fredonia's tally coming from Colton Clendenning, finding that loose puck in front. It's 2-1 here at Steele Hall. And welcome back to Steele Hall Arena as we get set to bring you this third period from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. Digital media solutions from 412 Communication to help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build those bridges with the people you serve. And as we get set for this third period, we'll take you back through a little recap of this game. Starting off the scoring about 8 minutes into the second period was Hazen Stufer as the puck found his stick through a battle in front, and he was able to just tap it into the net to make it 1-0. But coming right after that goal, not even 30 seconds later, Colton Clendenning did just about the same thing. It was a weird bouncing play in front, and it took a fortunate enough bounce for Colton Clendenning to tap it into the net himself, making it 1-1, and that's where we sat for only about 4 minutes, where Attila Canal, with his 98th point in just his sophomore season, made a nice play and found the back of the net on yet another battle, all three scrappy goals, and that has gotten us to where we sit right now, 2-1 in favor of the Bobcats, who will send the puck in deep off the draw. That'll play into Fredonia's favor, as that'll allow them to clear and end what was left of their penalty kill. So heading out of the box is Burrows, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Behind his own net now, Ogden works it up the wall to Stufer. Stufer finds hooked up ice, but that pass bounces off his stick to Fredonia defense, and they turn the play around and into the Bobcat zone. Polito's going to retrieve in the corner. Tries to center a pass, doesn't get much on it, so it stays behind the net, and the Bobcats work it out of the zone. Cannell is going to chase after Kernan, two star players for each team. Kernan drops it back. Schlifke wasn't ready for it. Jaros does meet it there. Can't get the puck past Cannell. It goes into the far corner. Stufer is going to try to step up on that puck in the circle. Ends up going towards the top of the close circle to us, where Cannell has it. He backhands one behind the net. Schlifke has it behind there. Sends it up the wall. Too far for Ventura, so he has to skate into it. Over the red line and dump. Ventura's going to chase his own dump. It goes around the net all the way to the wall and all the way back out of the zone. Cote has it, bringing in Fredonia's. Battle on the wall there. Kime in there trying to pull it out. Ends up with Toscano having possession, who gets it to Ventura. He'll send it back in deep. Once again going around the boards, this time not coming out of the zone, being met halfway up the wall by Toscano and send him back deep. So Vey will retrieve behind his own net, and his pass up the wall is tipped up and out of the zone. Pask's D-to-D pass is picked off by Cote, but he takes away the stick of Sean Wright, who the backdoor pass was sent to. Wright does end up with the puck. He sends it to Kime in the circle, and that shot is stopped by the shoulder and held onto by Hayden. 2 minutes into this final frame.
Kind of back and forth beginning to the start of this period. You had both teams just trying to get it deep, but unfortunately with the ice being fresh, the puck is sliding well and gets out the zone very easily for both teams.
Face off to the blocker side of Hayden. It'll be the Bobcats who win it. Bump it back to their point. Engel takes a shot, patted away by Hayden. Kernan works it to the wall. Far pass sent to the glove of McGrath. He'll drop it to himself and send it for Toscano. Toscano walking in. He's buried in the corner. Not before getting the puck out to the front, though. But Williams can't get it to the net, at least not yet. It's sent back to him. He gets it to Toscano. His first chance doesn't get to the net. Second one goes wide. Now on the back of the net, forcing the ref to blow the whistle, was the puck. Toscano had a good whack at it. It hit the skate of a Bobcat defenseman, but bounced back to him. So he had a second try, and he got most of that one, but unfortunately just sent it right of the right post. Face-off will come outside of the zone.
Yeah, kind of surprised they took the face-off out of the zone here. I thought it was tipped off a Bobcat player when it went onto the back of the net, so...
Well, regardless, it was the referee's decision, and Stouffer is going to end up with the puck behind the Blue Devils' net. Stufer, rather. But he can't keep it. Schlifke takes it from him, and he sends a breakout pass to Clendenning, who takes it over the blue line himself. Now Clendenning, working towards the net on his backhand, tries to roof one. Good positioning there by Stefaniak towards that chance. Back with it again is Clendenning in the corner. He's met by two Bobcats, and it's Cote taking the puck off him and eventually getting it up to Cannell. Cannell works it around Schlifke and retrieves puck in the corner. Good play by Kalpin, strips him and gives it up to Lyons. Lyons centering pass for Clendenning, starts a break into the zone. Clendenning now at the top of the circle. His shot is blocked by Davis. Fredonia picking it up in the neutral zone and sending it in deep. It'll go all the way behind the Bobcats net, and Smith will start the breakout for the Bobcats. His pass misses everybody, though, and Mulville retrieves. Gives it up to Polito, who sends it into the Bobcat zone. Fredonia does a good job keeping it in, and now Polito working towards the slot. He's taken off his feet and off the puck. Kalpin walking in, taking a shot. That one's blocked, and Ventura picks it up on the wall. He fires towards the net. That one goes wide. Kalpin now on the point. He fires towards the net. That one goes wide. And another shot towards the net is batted up, and just staying in play for Cote to exit the zone, and chaos averted for the Bobcats. Fredonia sends the puck back in deep. They've done a good job controlling play early so far in this period. Polito throws a hit. Puck ends up for Ventura. He takes another shot, and although they've controlled play, just about every shot they've taken has gone wide. They need to get something actually towards the net. Walking in now, nifty move, centering pass, and scores! Walking in along the right side was Julian Schaefer. He centered a pass. Looks like that pass was sent up to maybe Cote.
Yep,
I believe it was.
Cote.
And Cote found a hole above the blocker of Hayden, as that's the way he was sliding, and he filled it for the 3-1 insurance marker.
Yeah, really just unfortunate play for Fredonia there. Got a man caught down deep, leading to a 3-on-2. The other Bobcat player driving hard to the net causes a little opening at the back for Cote to find some soft ice and bury that one.
So play in the neutral zone now. Bobcats send it in deep to Fredonia territory. Kernan's there waiting in the corner, but Schaefer meets him, forcing Kernan to move it up the wall. Fredonia can't clear, but Kernan once again with time behind his own net. His pass goes off the skate of Cote, our most recent goal scorer. And apparently that play was, it looked like kept for a second, but it is ruled offsides. And now a huge cross check thrown by Minakazi right to Toscano. And is there no call there? There is no call there.
They're discussing it, but I think they should definitely
it was a clear-cut cross check.
Like
completely after the whistle.
Yeah, like late shot. Toscano took a offense to it, said some words to him, then took a cross. Heck, if Toscano would have been the one player to initiate the stick checks and cross checks, I wouldn't have had an issue with no call, but since it was just words, should have been called.
Bobcats now breaking into the Fredonia territory. That's Trappist working through the circle. He sends a far shot just wide. On the wall now is Janis. He's met by a couple Blue Devils, so he can't keep the puck, but Ogden intercepts the clearing pass. Now Ogden taps one over the blue line. That one will be intercepted by Kernan. His centering pass is connected with Lyons, and Lyons will send it in deep. Now getting past Stefaniak was the rimming. Polito sends one off the boards. Ventura gets it in the corner. He's hit by Kime. Bobcats can't complete a breakout. Now they do, or at least get it over the blue line. Kalpin will chase that down his own end and go D to D. Schlifke centers one at the blue line. Ventura walking in, sends a seam pass over, and that puck bounces towards the net and wide. Good keep by Schlifke. It only lasts temporarily, though, as a good push by Ukta keeps that puck moving. Now Sauvé banks a pass deep into Fredonia territory. It'll go on to Hayden. He is going to cover up. 13:56 remain in what is now a 3-1 period, thanks to the recent goal by Tristan Cote, sniping a one-time pass in the slot over the blocker of Ethan Hayden, who's going to see a face-off to his glove side.
I know you referenced it earlier, Coach Bias, but Fredonia's got to start getting these shots to the net. With time ticking down, shooting wide is no longer an option here.
Sauvé backhands one towards center ice. Ukta takes a swing at it, getting it in deep to Fredonia territory. Schlifke moves it up the boards. It's met by two players. Ukta ends up down in front of the net. No call. Not sure what happened there. Slow to get up, still out there and moving towards the puck. Finally, that battle ends with the puck bouncing out to Toscano. He brings it in up the right side. Tries to move towards the net. Good defense by Kime prevents that. And now that puck is just blistered down the ice. Mulville is going to win the race to it, as chasing him down was star player Attila Cannell. But winning was Mulville to force the icing. Play's going to go back down, and 13-17 remain in this third.
Yeah, this is where Fredonia's got to start buckling down here. They're making sure passes don't get caught by leaking out players in the Bobcats, because they're starting to send like a trailer or two.
Play is poked by Fredonia defense, so the Bobcats will have to retreat and retry this break into the zone. Cannell sends one in deep. It'll get past Kernan, so Mulville will have to meet Cote with it in the far corner. They battle, met by some teammates. Burrow's in there with them. Looks like Wright's in there as well. And battle continues. Wright pulls it away. Centers a pass, and that one-timer's sent just wide. Good chance for the Bobcats. Play behind the net now. Still a four-way battle. Fredonia comes out with it this time, and Kernan takes it over his own blue line, and now over the Bobcats. Hesitates, makes a nice move past Schaefer, but he doesn't get past Wright, and the puck is sent back into Fredonia territory with Schlifke batting it back out. Sending it forward to nobody are the Blue Devils, so the Bobcats will happily take that puck back and send a slap shot on goal from the neutral zone, which Hayden handles with ease and covers up. This game is brought to you by Envious Gameware. If you're looking for high-end hockey uniforms, bags, apparel, really anything hockey related, find them at enviousgameware.com and get your team a look to be envious of. Face-off won by the Blue Devils deep into their own territory. A rim around the net clears the zone, but Bobcat possession allows them to send it right back in. And looks like they'll win the race to the puck in the Fredonia zone, as Kitely almost kept it in, wasn't able to, and Fredonia enters the Bobcat zone. Bobcats trying to clear. They're unable to. Jarrow sends it back in deep. Polito will battle behind the net. Takes a hit but keeps possession only momentarily as it's taken from him. Big hit sent there by Polito on Thorne. He throws his arms up looking for a penalty. Not going to get one though as play goes behind the net. Wraparound chance and a good save by Stefaniak. Kalpin steps in on that one to keep it in and just bats one towards the net. That one goes wide and it's going to rim all the way around and out of the zone. Tap back into the zone while Fredonia was still delayed offsides allows the Bobcats to start a breakout. Thorne tips one in deep past Kalpin. He'll chase after him. Kalpin just bats one around the net. Fredonia unable to clear the zone. Working low with it is Kitely. Kalpin now met behind the net with Ukta. Kitely on the boards. Play moving back and forth along the wall. Finally now skirts out to center where Toscano has it. Rather Ventura, and he sends it in net on net where it's tapped away. Sent right back out of the zone, and right now the Bobcats seem content with just throwing pucks over their blue line, keeping Fredonia out, and I don't disagree with that strategy, as Ukta tried to send the puck deep into the zone. Leading over the boards was a Fredonia Blue Devil that looks like Sam Schlifke, and it hit his glove, so the faceoff will be at center ice. Almost halfway through this third period, a 3-1 lead is held by Paul Smiths.
Yeah, Paul Smiths College is doing a nice job of shoring up their defensive zone and making sure getting all the pucks out of their own zone and over the blue line.
Kernan sends a pass that isn't connected but does get over the blue line, so Bobcats will have to retreat as they're offsides. His move is beat. Almost a 2-on-0 for the Bobcats. That was sloppy and real dangerous by Fredonia, but it works out well for them as they do end up getting the puck deep into the Bobcat zone. Behind the net now. The Bobcats try to move it forward. Puck stays in the corner. Lyons eventually retrieves and drops that one. Now puck sent towards the net and almost backdoor. Lyons could have had an opportunity. Kernan now makes a fake, gets it around Cannell. Can't get it past Ugda. And now a 2-on-1 for the Bobcats. Here comes Stufer. He's got Cannell with him. Shot in on Hayden. He makes the save. He's ran into by his own teammate. But nonetheless, the play goes to the wall. Now back down low. Puck evades Cannell. Stufer's there to help. and he gets it back to Cannell. Cannell working towards the goal line, and a nice tight-knit play from Cannell to Stufer makes this 4-1. He worked it towards the net, centered it out in front, and a good finish gets Cannell his 99th point of his career.
Based off them going for the puck, one of them just had like a monumental. They might think that might be the 100th point, but based off our math, we only have him at 99, correct?
He's only at 99. Now maybe they think he had an assist on one of the other 2 goals he didn't have a point on. So perhaps if that was the case, and if they are correct, that'll get corrected after the game, and that will be his 100th point. We'll find out, though. Regardless, that means nothing to this individual game, which is now 4-1. Polito works into the circle, takes a shot just wide to the glove side. Now on the blue line now, Jaros works it in. Shot never makes it to the net. And now the Bobcats retrieve puck, and Cote will bring it into their zone. Cote into the Blue Devil zone, drops a pass, beautiful play to Schaefer, who takes a shot into the chest and covered up by Hayden with 9:05 remaining in this third period. As we'd like to remind you, this game brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, visit Militello.com or call 716-856-2872. Puck sent in low and might have gone around Hayden, somehow staying out of the net. Good chance for Paul Smith to really put this game away. Centering pass doesn't make it. Bobcats keep possession behind the net. Now they go to the point. Keim takes a shot from distance. That one's blocked in the slot and moved out of danger by Fredonia. Kicking it off the wall now are the Blue Devils. Retrieving is Kalpin and sending a forward pass to Ventura, who will send it in deep and change. Sovey, with more time than he could ever ask for on the wall, sends a long stretch pass, takes an unfortunate hop for him, however, and ends up on the stick of Kernan, who gives it to McGrath and sends it forward. Now Williams bats it back to his teammate Kernan. Kernan tries to send a far pass, but it's batted out of midair by the Bobcats. Good stretch by Janis. Keeps that from being offsides, but the Bobcats can't get a shot. At least not yet, as the puck squirts out in front. Still nothing on net. Back to the point now. Keim works it down the wall and gets it back. He'll just take a shot from distance over the shoulder and net. Now working down lower the Bobcats again. Back up to the point to Keim. Keim doesn't get anything on that shot, and Fredonia will send it in deep into the Bobcats' territory. Sovey retrieving. His clearing attempt is batted out of midair by Cronshaw. On the far side wall now. Working it to the middle. Trappist couldn't get the puck. Cronshaw does, and he works away from the wall and centers one. Puck bounces off of Burrow's stick, and that allows Minikazi to send it back into the Fredonia zone with the clock ticking towards the 7-minute mark. Clendenning in his own corner. Fredonia needs a goal soon. They need to make something happen, down by 3. Stufer sends down low for Cannell. And in front, now another shot. That one's blocked. And Schlifke is feeling that one. Fredonia gets it out of their own zone. Clendenning sends one over the net from the neutral zone. Hansen will backhand that one towards the blue line. Kalpin able to keep it in. However, backing that play up was Engel, and he starts a 2-on-1. Now Cannell goes around the play, and he sends one, and I think it hit the side of the net and ended up under Ethan Hayden. Either way, good chance for Cannell, and he displayed good patience there as he was trying to get the cross-crease pass over to Omar Ukta, looking for his second point of the day, but ultimately it's covered up by Hayden.
Yeah, right now Fredonia is going to have to start taking chances, sending guys early. It might come back to not pay off for them, but if they don't start doing something now, they won't have a chance in this game.
Bobcats with it in the neutral zone, curling towards their own end. That's Engel sending it up out of his own blue line, and now back into the Bobcats zone on a delayed offsides, so they'll have time to start a stretch pass breakout. Entering the zone is Cote. He curls one back up to his point. Engel can't get into the zone in time, so offsides is called, as he was just a step behind that one. And 6:19 remain here in this hockey game from the 412 Communications booth at Steele Hall Arena. And Not looking great for Fredonia after their win last week. They're going to need to pull off a few quick ones here if they're going to make that happen again. Face off in the neutral zone. Tied up. Fredonia's going to end up with it. Polito sending it back to his defenseman. And Kernan will send a pass up to Ventura on the far wing. He tips it deep into the zone. Smith will retrieve behind his own net. He fans on his pass, so Polito takes it from behind the net. Sends a centering pass for Jaros. His shot is blocked. What a play by Minikazi. Sprawling to keep that puck from getting anywhere close. Now a shot on goal, stopped by Stefaniak. He was in the RVH on that post, and he made a good, easy save, and puck ends up finding its way out of play with less than 6 minutes remaining.
Yeah, right now, really good team play by the Bobcats here, getting in all shot lanes, keeping everything from the out or to the outside, really helping out their goalie in order to see this one out.
There come the Bobcats now breaking out. Good first move by Cannell. The second one doesn't get anywhere, but he does find the puck again, so he'll send it in deep for Mulville to retrieve behind his own net. Mulville centering pass connects. Ventura spins a beautiful pass and another great move. Almost a very clean-looking breakout by the Blue Devils, but a great play by Cannell breaks it up. Mulville now sends it in deep into the Bobcat zone. Waiting behind his own net is defenseman Ogden for it. He gives it up to the corner to Stufer and it's tipped up by Ukta, and Cannell is going to win this race to the puck behind his own net. He doesn't seem to be in too much of a hurry. Mulville hits him off the puck, but he can't keep possession. Ukta will get it from him. He sends a pass back to his defenseman Janarone, who's out of the zone. He just sends one in deep, but he gets a little too much on it, and it hits the netting behind Ethan Hayden, and it'll be a face-off at the offsides dot in the neutral zone towards Fredonia territory.
Yeah, I think he brought out the pitching wedge when he really realistically needed a little bit of a lower club in order not to sell that one out. So it looks like we might have a timeout being called here.
Yes, timeout taken. No indication of which bench took it. I think
it's Paul Smith College taking it here because Fredonia took one earlier.
I'm not sure if that was Fredonia's penalty earlier. I thought Paul Smith's indicated earlier. However, they did obviously make the stick change with Hayden, so it would make more sense for that to have been Fredonia's timeout. But either way, with this timeout, both teams have taken theirs now, and neither team will have one remaining for the last 5 minutes. This broadcast today brought to you by 412 Communications, the new gold standard for digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers consultation for web and graphic design, social media, writing services, multimedia solutions, and even more. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. Sean Wright lines up for the face-off against Fredonia, Fredonia being the victor of that face-off, and now Kernan works it up ice. Williams tipping that into the zone. McGrath retrieves behind his opponent's net. Williams can't maintain possession behind in the corner. Kernan is able to keep it in the zone and send it back deep. Ogden rims it around, and this time it won't stay into the zone, and Cote will bring it into Fredonia's. Cote tries to center a pass. It's picked off by Kernan, and now Kernan working in. He centers one, and just a little bit ahead of Cronshaw. He couldn't get anything on that. Now Kernan couldn't pull a handle on that puck, so it's cleared out of the zone, and Schlifke works in his own. Good move by Kernan to get past Wright, and he'll start to work towards the net, but he's met by two Bobcats. Fighting for possession to get it to Cronshaw is Kernan. Cronshaw tries to backhand one low. Doesn't work out, but Burrows ends up with it on the point. Now Fredonia working it in low. Cronshaw coming out of the corner, looking around. Cronshaw curls back towards the wall, and now he sends a far pass out of the zone. Schlifke circling into his own territory. He backhands one to Kernan. Now Kernan backhands one to nobody, and it's picked up as Schlifke wasn't ready for it. Lions sending one far side. Nobody there for that one either. And Fredonia's getting a little sloppy as this game comes to a close, as Trappist sends that one deep behind Ethan Hayden. Kernan picking that one up. Doesn't get much on that pass, but plenty enough as it gets to its intended target. However, Fredonia's clearing attempt doesn't go anywhere, and it ends up right back behind their own net. In the corner, Kernan moves it up the wall. Clendenning sends a far side pass to Lyons. Lyons sends one in deep to the far corner where Sauvé's picking it up. Keim sets a good pick on Lyons trying to pressure, giving plenty of time for the Bobcats to make a play up to Trappist, who takes it around his own net. Sent up to Janis. He sends one in on deep. On net. Ethan Hayden will leave it for defenseman Chase Calpin to pick up. Less than 3 minutes remain here in a 4-1 hockey game in favor of Paul Smith, who's trying to make the long drive from the Adirondack Mountains worth it. Behind his net, Stufer in the corner. He rims one up the wall, and that one bounces off the stick of Pafk and will create a 2-on-1. Here comes Ukta. Up, coming rebound, and they score. What a play. And if he didn't already have 100 points, now he does. Attila Kesnel gets the pass, gives it right back to Omar Ukta, and they connect for a beautiful play and what should seal the deal, if it wasn't already, a 5-1 hockey game now in favor of Paul Smith.
Yeah, we can talk about Attila Canal officially getting the 100-point as well. Played an amazing game here today. Multiple assists and a goal. I would venture to say he's been the best player on the ice all game.
Yeah, he truly has been fantastic. He's been a difference maker just like he is every single night. And if they didn't give him that third point before, he certainly got it on that goal. And he'll end this game with either 100, 101, or who knows, maybe even more than that. Still another 2 minutes to go. Schlifke on his own blue line, sends it to the far blue line. It's picked off. And Schaefer tries to start a breakout. Williams picks that off and sends it back into the zone. Clendenning pressuring the Bobcats, so they send one into the stands. And that will blow play dead, as I'm sure that face-off has to be deep into the zone.
Yeah, I think a lucky fan's going to be able to go home with a souvenir here today. Hey, it might even be Attila Canel's 100th point puck.
Yeah, put that one on eBay, huh? Probably worth some money. Face-off won by the Bobcats. Engel takes it around his own net. Sends one up to Schaefer to go. It's by him, so Clendenning picks it up. And a hand pass is ruled as Schaefer took a swing at it. So we're going to have another face-off deep into the territory of the Bobcats. 1:47 remains, so this game is looking like it's all but over. Unless Fredonia can really pull out a miracle, it would require 4 goals in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, that would be an amazing.
That'd be something for the books for sure.
Yeah, we did see 4 goals in quick succession. Not as
quick as they would need it right now.
Yesterday, at Buff State, but that would be a very quick amount of time to score 4 goals.
Of course, Jeff is referring to Buffalo State's 4 quick goals to start the second period for Buffalo State last night against N-Trip at Buffalo State's home arena. However, even that was in 4 minutes as Buffalo State almost gets that scoring started, but the tip goes just wide. Cote now working it off the wall. He sends one in. Engel can't keep possession, and Jaros works the other way. Over the blue line now, Jaros dumps and chases. Hansen will just send it around. It's met by Mulville, and he'll send a shot. Ends up hitting the side of the net. Worked out in front, but picked off there by Wright, and he'll just send one off the glass, and it hits a stanchion and clears the zone. Sent in deep by Schaefer. 1 minute remaining here in this game. Sending a far stretch pass that bounces by everybody is Schlifke, and the ref rules it icing. So with 54 seconds left, we'll get a face-off to either the right or the left side. Looks like it's going to be the left of Ethan Hayden.
Yeah, just a few more formalities to finish up the rest of this game, the 53 seconds. And overall, both teams play pretty well, but the Bobcats using their strength and physicality to slow down the speed of Fredonia today.
Play stays in the Fredonia zone. Light pressure from the Bobcats. Behind his own net is Schlifke starting to work up ice. His pass picked off by Kitely. Given up to Thorne, and he sends it back in deep for Mulville to retrieve by his own net. Puck slides off his stick. Kitely picks it up and sends it to his point for Davis. Davis sends it back down low. It finds Thorne behind the net. He bats one around himself. And through a little battle, it finds him again, up to Minikazi, who sends it back down low. Now around to the far point. Davis has it. He sends it back in deep. Pace of play is slowed dramatically as both teams are happy just for this game to come to an end, and that's exactly what it will do as the final buzzer goes off, and that'll do it here at Steele Hall Arena. A 5-1 win for the Paul Smith Bobcats as they came a long way to play this game and make it worth every single mile. So a disappointing result. Good effort from the Fredonia Blue Devils today, just unfortunately weren't able to get the win, and the Bobcats will go home with that honor. So that'll do it here for us from the 401 Communications broadcast booth. Digital media solutions from 412 Communications to help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. I'm Tobias Bell. I was joined on color by Jeff Jazarowski, and this is the Nickel City Hockey Network. Today's final: 5 goals for Paul Smith, 1 for Fredonia Blue Devils. Thanks for joining us.